Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, we got here a very interesting statement coming from the president of the Russian Federation, who said that the Western bases who host Ukrainian F-16s will be legitimate targets for Russian missiles. That is, whomever, wherever will host the F-16s that were donated to the Ukrainians will be attacked by Russia. So let's say the Romanians are going to have some Ukrainian F-16s, the Russians will them up. Now, I'm pretty sure there's some conditions under which the Russians will attack that. So we'll attack those airfields. And I will tell you a little story. Actually, it's not a story, it's a fact that occurred at the beginning of this garbage that started on the 24th of February 2022, when a Ukrainian fighter jet took refuge on a Romanian airfield in the northern part of Romania, and the Russians said, and the Romanians said, okay. I will tell you about that in a minute. So I have this article here from Business Insider. Western air bases that host Ukraine's F-16s are quote-unquote legitimate targets for Russia, says Putin. And for my friends, my viewers that who watched my videos for some time, they realize I changed something behind me, and I'm proud of doing that. So I'm going to share that piece of information with you. So that over there is, it used to be one of my diplomas hanging on that wall. Now I switched it with a painting that I completed when I was about 17, 18, something like this. That is Miyamoto Musashi, or Shinmen Musashi no Kami Fujiwara no Genshi. He is the famous Japanese swordman. I don't call him samurai, and the guy who wrote the Gori no Sho, the Book of Five Rings. And I was very much into that that time, and still I am, because of his writings and his life. And that is a real combat sword, presented to me, was gifted to me by one of my best friends, and I thank him very much, for my birthday. And he bought the whole thing, and because he saw my painting, and he said, well, okay, let me think of something for this guy. And he and his wife gave me that beautiful katana, fighting katana. So thank you very much. So as I will do this, I will take the diploma and I will put it under my pillow, and I will keep that over there. And you can see over there in the right there, there's a window where the snipers can shoot me whenever they feel like. So go ahead. And here I am. Let's go back to this article, and also right here on one of my books that I'm reading again right now, and this is Kevin MacDonald's The Culture of Critic, of critique. So a book where I always take notes and make sure that I go back whenever I want. So let's read this article and see what Putin has to say. So Putin said Western air bases hosting F-16 fighter jets will be, quote-unquote, legitimate targets. However, he also claimed F-16s won't change the situation on the battlefield. Putin's comments show how he could escalate the conflict, said a Swedish defense official. So you bring weapons to kill me, I tell you I will destroy your weapons, and I'm the one escalating. So what am I supposed to do? Just let your weapons destroy me? Besides, those are Western countries that are not involved in the war, or however you want to call that garbage in Ukraine right now. So you see how things are. So let's say there's a woman on the street, and let's say a guy moves towards the woman with a knife in a hand, and she says, well, if you come near me, I will shoot you. And the guy says, hey lady, why do you escalate it? It doesn't have to be like this. No, it doesn't have to be like this. Move the fuck back. So let me show you what else is here, and then we're going to discuss the incident that occurred. I think it was February or March. No, it was March, I think, 2022. with that Ukrainian fighter jet flying and landing in Romania. Russian President Vladimir Putin warned that Western air bases hosting F-16 fighter jets for Ukraine will be legitimate targets for the Kremlin forces, according to the Associated Press. F-16s are capable of, and I'm quoting Putin, F-16s are capable of carrying nuclear weapons, and we will also need to take that into account while organizing our combat operations, he said. F-16s, which are built by Lockheed Martin, are, I'm quoting, a compact multi-role fighter aircraft. According to the U.S. Air Force's website, they can cost about Ukraine is waiting on the delivery of F-16s from allies to help it fight Russia's invasion. Ukrainian pilots have been training for a long time. I don't think the Ukrainians will be flying those into the war zone. It says the AP said it's not clear how many air bases Ukraine has that would fit these standards, flying standards of the F-16s, and Russia would likely prioritize destroying any that do. They already do it, nevertheless. The AP noted that Western air bases may be used by Ukraine when it gets the jets, because they require high standard runways and also protective hangars. So they don't know how many. So what do you think will happen? So we have a few countries, and I'm going to show you a map, who might host this jets, and they are obviously Poland right here, and then you might have Slovakia, which I don't think it will. We have Hungary here. I don't think it will. And you have these idiots here that will. So these are the willing idiots. These are the willing idiots. And these guys say, no, we have our own national interest. These guys are under occupation. So obviously they will say no. Now it is possible that Turkey, which is down south here, across from the south of the Black Sea, they could do that, but I don't think they will. I don't think they want to have anything to do with the Russians in this case. So we got Poland, I would say, and we have the Romanians, the Czech, the Slovaks. The Czechs might, but the Czechs are a little bit westward. So the Slovaks, and maybe they're going to fly from Czech Republic over Slovakia going into Ukraine, even though I don't think they will allow that. It's kind of a long distance. But I think they said they have, what, 1,500 mile, what do you say here? Let me see. I saw it, I went over it. It hits speed up to 1,500 miles per hour. All right, whatever. So what I think is going to be like this. The Ukrainians, I don't think they will fly the F-16s. I think there will be Western NATO pilots that will fly F-16s, as the Russians were flying the, if you remember, the MiG-15, wasn't it in Korea when it first appeared? And the guys are, oh, the Koreans know how to fly an MiG-15, and then they listen to the communication, and it was, Davai, let's go, let's do it. Oh my God, these are Soviet fighters, fighter pilots. That's what it was. They were, I think, I don't know if I don't think the Soviets gave Korea any Jesus Christ, MiG-15 at that time. What is F-16, MiG-15? So that was then. I don't think these guys will provide F-16s to the Ukrainians, like I don't think they provided Abrams tanks. I don't think they provided HIMARS. I mean, they provided, but they're not the Ukrainians operating them, or Patriot systems. Why? They're too expensive, technologically too advanced, and they don't want to take a chance of these things being moved towards Russia by some corrupt mofos. So I don't think that will be the case, including the training that you can, if you be an expert, you don't give a Bugatti to your son who just, got his driver's license a week ago. I mean, yeah, he knows how to drive, but would you? And I'm not talking about the money, I'm talking about the technology. A guy can just fly an F-16 to the Russian airfields. Now, regarding the airfields, the F-16s, as we know, are prima donnas because they have a very, very weak landing gear. That's one, which is when they land on the Soviet-built airfields in Ukraine, they will break their legs. That's one issue. The other one is these prima donnas have a very low air intake underneath its nose, and a big one, and very low to the airfield, the ground. So while they're over there, they might suck in some debris, and they're gonna fuck up the engine, which is gonna be a little explosion. So they can't afford that. So they have to have it on, I don't know, golden airfields, and these are two. And the third one is they need longer takeoff airfields. Why? Because the F-16s are okay, they need longer. I don't know why, but they need. And supposedly the Soviets don't have it, that their MiGs, Suhois, and others are just taking off faster. I don't know why, but must be something bad about them. So these are three reasons why the Ukrainian airfields are not really fitted. I think it's one that is ready, and the Russians have taken it up in lately, and this is right here in Khmelnytsky Oblast here. This is one place where the Ukrainians says, well, we got one ready for you here. But when you hear Khmelnytsky, you're gonna think about airfield. That's all what it is here, like two airfields that the Russians consistently attack and hit, or I don't know, miss. So these are the reasons. Now let me tell you about the incident. As I said, in February or March 2022, it was a Ukrainian fighter jet. I can't remember, it was a MiG. I think it was a MiG or Sukhoi. I don't know, doesn't really matter. And he got scared, very scared right here in this area, right? And then he ran away, and he landed somewhere in Romania, in the north part, I remember. It was not here. It was, I think, in the north, somewhere around here. Can't remember exactly, in this area. And the Russian said, so he took refuge over there. And the Russian says, if that motherfucker gets out, all right, and he starts fighting again, we're gonna hit your airfield, Romania. And Romania says, okay, am înțeles, nu se va mai întâmpla. Okay, we got it, never gonna happen again. And it never happened again. So that was one warning that the Russians gave. If that's gonna do again, I think it was that it took off, but he says, if another one will do that, we're gonna hit your airfield. That's it. You can just use your airfields over there just to save space. My pussy hurts or anything like that. No, yet. So I think the same thing here. He says, well, if you're going to do that, the problem is you can't just, you see these guys in strong NATO, because we're strong, they like to be able only to hit but not hit back. Remember, the NATO alliance hit countries, small countries that could not hit back. Russia can fuck them up. So they're gonna, somehow they want to maneuver so they don't have to be hit back. We're not actively involved. Yes, you are. Oh, no, we're not. We're not in, no, it's Ukraine. It's not Ukraine. So the same here. They want somehow to have these F-16s take off, whatever do in the air, and then come back in safely into Romania or Poland. And the Russian says no, because no, they have to find a reason as well. I mean, I would consider them participants right away. The Romanians, the Poles, all these guys that provide them with weapons, and not only the Americans, obviously. But hey, that's not me. It's their war. So what can I say? The thing is, the Russians will hit airfields in Romania, will hit airfields in Poland. And guess what Romania and Poland will say? In self-defense, we have to retaliate, hit back. We were attacked. So we're the victims. Again here, Russia escalates. What? Hey, lady, you don't have to be so aggressive, escalated. Let me just a little bit. All right, here it is, my friends. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.